human-computer hybrid named the Custodian, and 3 people at a workstation named Liam 1, Liam 2, and Liam 3. The Custodian addresses the audience.
Greetings, people of the past! Through advanced industry-disrupting science of time travel, we are able to bring you this TED Talk of the future! I am known as the Custodian, and we greet you from the year 2144.
They all bow.
All right. So, this is the guest from the Futures Talk. If you want to hear about how Ja Rule is changing the way introverts wrestle, you're in the wrong room. I'd like to preface my remarks. I'm told that at this time in 2019, many of you are afraid there won't be a future at all. But here we are! So, you're welcome! In the next 10 minutes, we will talk a little bit about how that comes to be. Imagine what it would be to start every day with a conversation like this.
Liams, this morning's data shows that the effects of global warming are more severe than we expected.
Certainly, but not unexpected. I propose we do more things that will ameliorate the problem.
That makes 3 of us.
The 3 move around the console, pushing buttons.
Well,
Good news. The things we just did are projected to improve the problems. We'll just have to check again tomorrow.
hooray! Let's go to friendlies.
Behold, a conversation about climate change that not only resulted in action, but didn't even end with someone being accused of spreading a hoax from the Chinese government. In your time, impossible. But in our time, it happens every day. How did we achieve this? Easy. Education. And also extreme genetic engineering. Thanks to an initiative called the Best Life Projects, humans are finally aware, fundamentally and from birth, of how the planet and the sciences work. Now, I know how that sounds to a 2019er, Gattaca! Right, no, we didn't do anything like that. All we did was dial up the genes associated with science, empathy, and theoretical thinking, and screen out the genes associated with trolling people on the internet. It's clear we can look forward to a bright future.
We hear an alarm.
Liams, bad news. Looks like the super diphtheria hurricane we've been tracking is about to hit.
Oh.
We won't be able to go to friendlies after all.
Aww.
Well, after the climate is restabilized, we can look forward to a bright future. And not to bring up old stuff, but your generation really handed us a shit burger with that. Everything that every human being does now is dedicated to keeping all these climate change walls in the air and to not dying from super viruses. And that's the point of this, our self-sufficient subterranean work pod. See, once half the world's farmland turned to desert, it got more convenient to just break into small groups and live underground whenever possible. Although sometimes during the windy season, cyclones will actually unearth the pod and push us up to the surface for a while, which is a very nice change of pace. So yes, we have some problems, but we're devoted to surviving.
Liam 1 closes up and he dies. Warning, Liam 1 has expired and will no longer survive.
What?
What? That can't be. That's crap.
I can't say I approve of Liam's language, but I agree with the sentiment.
Liam, speak to me. A technical difficulty, folks. He's gone.
What's happening?
Do you feel okay?
They nod. The Custodian pulls out a device labeled Autopsy-O-Matic 5000 and begins trying to establish a cause of death.
Would you guys take over?
Sure. Every work pod includes a basic medical station that links to the database. It's quite often we can't leave for days at a time, so we have to look out for ourselves. What else would people from the past want to know? I don't know. It's rough out there. I just try to keep a level head.
Me too. The custodian looks after us. As a cyborg, she can interface with the systems quicker.
Well, she is the systems.
That's up for debate. I can't believe Liam is gone.
The autopsy machine dings.
Asphyxiation, consistent with the effects of superdysphoria. But that's impossible.
We're supposed to be immune.
And my virus filter is functional, but I'm covered. I'm gonna have to keep researching.
Let me know if either of us can help.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, Liam, would you check out the C-pod transfer?
Sure.
They go over out of sight from the custodian as she continues to work.
Liam, I was thinking, maybe Liam's death wasn't an accident.
How do you mean, Liam?
Well, on my off-duty reading, I learned about a prophecy which said that a megaplanet named Nibiru would crash into Earth, obliterating all life. Powers that be already know about it and are keeping it a secret from the population to avoid causing a panic, and that they are willing to keep us in the dark, to kill us to keep us in the dark. Perhaps Liam was getting too close to the truth, and that could be eliminated by the custodian.
I don't follow. Was this prophecy submitted for peer review?
It's right in the archive. I'm just saying it. I'll dismiss it right away. Your dismissive noise hurts my feelings.
Sorry.
It's all right.
I think this is more likely the result of a flaw in the genetic engineering. Although it sure is taking the custodian a long time to find out.
A suspiciously long time. She's turned against us. I don't see any alternative but disconnection.
Leo, if I didn't know any better, I'd suspect you were trolling.
Trolling? That's funny. There hasn't been a recorded instance of that despicable practice in at least 50 years. All I'm doing is asking questions.
Let's investigate.
They return to the main room.
Custodian, did you kill Liam in order to protect the secrets of the planet Nibiru?
Nope.
Okay, thanks.
Wait a second. That was too easy. Did you kill Liam in order to protect the secret of some other planet?
No. Nibiru is a hoax. A planet that size would be visible to the naked eye before it got this close.
Well, how do you know it's not an invisible planet?
I've never seen an invisible. I mean, if a planet is invisible, you can't prove. Oh God, no.
What?
First death, now internet trolling. Our limited utopia is falling apart, and all in the middle of a TED Talk.
If Liam is trolling, it would suggest that the genetic engineering that created the Best Life Project is flawed, or at least out of date.
Sure, Liam. Spew your disparate wishful thinking. While the custodian twiddles her thumbs with the poison she probably gave us is somehow closing up our lungs, or maybe you were in on it. Whatever it is, the world will know the truth. I'm going to take this videotape record and record of you two, then I'll set it to disturbing music, adding provocative notation to ironic moments. Yeah, click here to learn more on my website.
Oh, I found it! I found the reason. Listen, it's a recording from one of the last pivotal meetings of the BL design team.
The custodian plays a recording.
It's not working, Tom. We've gotten almost everything we asked for, but unless we can get them to stop trolling each other on the internet, the project is doomed.
We have no choice. We've got to zero out gene 56A.
But that's illegal.
It's the trolling lodestar will.
But that's a real load-bearing gene. 56A also affects resistance to disease. Who knows what side effects it'll have?
They have all the other ones in the C series. And not everybody will lose resistance, just maybe a third or so. Seriously, the only way they get sick from this is if they're stupid enough to stick their whole face in a vat of diphtheria. Most of them won't even notice.
All right.
Well, there it is.
I'm so sorry, custodian. I didn't mean to do it. Really, I thought your chances of betraying us were quite low, around 1 in 1 times 10 to 10 to the 23rd. But the idea of Liam dying so suddenly, that seemed like 1 in 1 times 10 to the 23rd and a half.
Oh, Liam. When probabilities are that low, comparative figures can't be counted on.
I realize that now. You're forgiving me.
Come here.
They all go.
We can't rely on genetic engineering to solve all of our problems. I mean, our work gets done wrong. Our passions keep changing. And the problems we face are too weird and unpredictable. The only hope we have is in the process of science itself. Research, empiricism, trust.
A breaking noise comes from the custodian's belt and she dies.
The disease filter failed.
Lights begin fading.
Although it's pretty suspicious how she died just after she figured out what killed Liam.
Don't. Thank you for coming to our TED Talk, I guess.
Maybe.
Hope we survive.
Maybe it's just one piece of a larger puzzle that conceals a plot to hide the existence of the deadly planet Nibiru.